wonder if those who are sleeping in the ground are disturbed by the throbbing sound of a one-way path to eternity.
Who to handle production?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening to the Value of Truth Ministries. I'm Brian Price. You know, there's a huge delusion among God haters that they actually think that the Bible is evil. The holy book that actually tells you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for those who despitefully use you and persecute you. They think that this book of love is evil. I don't know why they think it's evil. I have a hunch, but basically they think that this book is evil. And one particular atheist on YouTube actually says that he thinks people who believe the Bible are mentally retarded. Take a look.
Long story short, if you are a Christian and you fully support the Bible, I genuinely believe you're mentally retarded. Nobody should fully support the Bible because the Bible is evil. Any book that anywhere says anyone should kill somebody for their sexual preference, any book that says anywhere that rape victims should be punished for being raped, this hate speech should not be allowed in our modern civilization. And yet Christians regularly promote it.
You see, the real issue here at hand is not that the Bible is evil, but instead people like this actually hate the Bible. They loathe it. They detest it. They utterly abhor it because it is good, because the Bible is holy, because it is true. It's because of this very reason that people hate the Bible, because the Bible is light and it shines in their darkness and exposes them for the snakes that they are, for the cockroaches that these people are, and they don't want to be exposed like that. They don't want their darkness to be revealed, just like anybody does not want their sin to be revealed. That is why they hate the Bible. That is the real reason. Jesus said in John chapter 3, he said, "And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved." So the real issue here at hand is not that the Bible is evil, but instead that people don't want their darkness to be exposed by the light, and that is why they really hate the Bible. Psalms 19:7 says, "The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple." John 17:17 says, "Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth." Isaiah chapter 30 verse 12 says, "Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall." Zechariah chapter 7 verse 11 through 12 says, "But they refused to hearken, and pulled away the shoulder, and stopped their ears, that they should not hear. Yea, they made their hearts as an adamant stone, lest they should hear the law, and the words which the Lord of hosts hath sent in a spirit by the former prophets. Therefore came a great wrath from the Lord of hosts." So not only does this particular person think that the Bible is evil and that Christians are mentally retarded, but he also thinks that everyone who believes the Bible has never read it.
As you guys know, Onision Speaks is rapidly becoming a mature, intelligent, and educational channel. And today we're going to learn about what the Bible actually says. Because for some reason, it's like a lot of people who say they support the Bible haven't even read a page of it.
I can personally say that I've been a Christian for 10 years, and I've read the Bible cover to cover countless times, and I've made it a habit to read the Bible on a daily basis, and I can honestly say that there is nothing in the Bible that would make the Bible evil. In fact, the opposite is true. There's so much in the Bible that makes it holy, just, and good. I mean, you can just read any parts of Scripture, Judges, Deuteronomy, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, it doesn't matter. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Revelation. All these books in the Bible are holy, just, and good. And I speak from personal experience that I've read it on a daily basis, and I am still a Christian after 10 years. And many other people, countless millions of people throughout world history, can also attest to the goodness of the Bible and its validity and its historicity. So these claims that the Bible is evil are unfounded, and these people speak from a biased opinion.
Any book that anywhere says anyone should kill somebody for their sexual preference, any book that says anywhere that rape victims should be punished for being raped, this hate speech should not be allowed in our modern civilization. And yet Christians regularly promote it. Speaking of slaves, which you are and will continue to be so long as you follow God, slaves, obey your earthly masters with deep respect and fear. Serve them as sincerely as you would serve Christ. Yes, the Bible loves promoting slavery.
Now, in response to this person's accusations against the scriptures in regards to homosexuality, rape, and slavery, I would have to say that the Bible equates homosexuality and the punishment of homosexuality and the homosexual acts with adultery with another man's wife. So there's almost no difference between somebody sleeping with another man's wife and someone sleeping with another man. So both are punishable by the Old Testament law. And as for rape and a rapist having to marry his rape victim, nowhere in the King James Bible is that written. That is actually in a perverted modern day translation. But you will not find that at all in the Old King James Bible. In fact, the opposite is true, that a rapist is to be put to death according to the Old Testament law in Deuteronomy. And as for slavery, the Bible actually forbids anyone to return an escaped slave back to his master. And you can read that in Deuteronomy chapter 23. It says in Deuteronomy chapter 23, "Thou shalt not deliver unto his master the servant which is escaped from his master unto thee. He shall dwell with thee, even among you, in that place which he shall choose in one of thy gates, where it liketh him best. Thou shalt not oppress him." And even in the Ten Commandments, God actually reminds the children of Israel that they were once slaves in the land of Egypt, and to treat slaves and their servants with respect by giving them a day off. So you can read that in Deuteronomy chapter 5. In conclusion, the fact that people speak evil of the scriptures is not evidence of its immorality. Instead, we see a different issue at hand, which is a completely insane group of people who have been deceived to think that they are more righteous than the Bible, when the truth of the matter is that they are evil and the Bible is righteous. Anyway, that's all I have. Thank you for listening to the Value of Truth Ministries. I hope this was informative to you. God bless you. I'm Brian Price.